And tonight, two experienced teams, Chris. We're going to see what's something you learned as a veteran that you wish you had known as you were just entering the NBA.
It's one thing that you could not have learned, and that's pacing. How to pace yourself during the game. As a rookie, you're playing, coming from college, and the game is so slow in college. And when you come to the NBA, you figure, wait a minute, this 24-second shot clock, that's not much. But you realize after about 4 times up and down the court, wait a minute, how do I figure this out? How do I switch gears? How do I lock in and play defense and then run my butt off to the other end as fast as I can to get an easy layup? And a lot of those things is not about being in shape, but the mentality and understanding how to take advantage of the next play.
Yeah, I like that. Here's George. The Blazers getting the bucket. And Whiteside sends it back. Anthony drives in. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
An incredible reverse throwdown. Excellent body control.
And guys, I'd even go as far to say that was a punctuation dunk. Back to George. Portland grabs the miss. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's Hood. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. McCollum outside. Here's Whiteside. It's 2-on-1. Leonard with the ball. Now guarded by Hood.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now here's McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Hood. Shoots over Leonard. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
They know they can't give him that shot. The D's all over it, not even giving him an inch of space.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Now, here's Lillard to the inside. Whiteside. Jacks up a 3. No good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Many thought the Raptors or Lakers would land Kawhi, but in the end, he came to the Clippers to write his own legacy. Returning to Southern Cal, where he grew up, was a big part of his decision. The big surprise was how Kawhi was out recruiting other stars behind the scenes to join him with the Clippers.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Anthony looking it over. Can they get it? And the rejection by Zubac. Leonard attacking. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. Left side, Leonard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, you knew that Kawhi Leonard would be a huge name in the free agency market last summer, especially after winning his second Finals MVP.
And Kawhi let the pieces fall before making his decision. Was the last major free agent to choose where he was going to play. Ended up shaking up the NBA in the process by joining the Clippers.
Good work there as it goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Out to the right wing. And that one comes up a bit short. Portland trailing here. Pass to Azania. Here's Simons. Now here's Bazemore. It's good from long range.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's all about establishing a rhythm. I mean, you start to see it fall, you begin to believe.
and you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Oh, and when Labissiere is that close to the bucket, I mean, the D is done for. Like seeing him finish with the flush.
Now here's Williams. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Mann. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And 6 straight playoff appearances for the Blazers under Terry Stotts. Last season making the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, GA, and he was rewarded with a multi-year contract extension. He's done a great job developing their young players while also having them compete at a high level.
And the Clippers miss again. Trailblazers leading by 5. The wide open shot by Little. And the Trailblazers another 3.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, it feels like they're just one step ahead right now, looking to build out their advantage even further.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, let's take a look at Nasir Little. More power and athleticism at this point than skill, wouldn't you say?
I mean, no doubt. As an amateur, he could rely on the physical gifts to dominate. But in the NBA, you have to be able to shoot and handle with confidence. I think Little will get there because he has a tremendous work ethic.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start. Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Oh, that was something else.
Well, that has to be a relief, ending a 14-0 run by Portland.
Bazemore for 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Portland in. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1/4 of action so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
Credit to coaching, GM. Some guys wouldn't have made those substitutions in the first quarter, but now it's paying off.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Lou Williams won 6th Man of the Year for the 3rd time last season. He joined Kevin McHale and Detlef Schrempf as the only players to win the award in consecutive seasons. And with the most career points ever scored off the bench, maybe they should just name this award after him. Kevin?
David, I'm all for it. Thank you so much. And boy, is he in good company.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
George. And the layup's good off the glass. We're talking about number 1 options at the offensive end. There's a mentality, right, that you got to have as the team's go-to scorer, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Let's look at Harden. He can go 0 for 7, and then he expects to go 27 for 26. How about Curry? Have you ever seen Thompson when they said, oh, my God, Klay Thompson is off. Last game, he only had 11 points. Well, when that happens, you can bet your last dollar that the next game, he's going to make every shot. And so what it is, again, a short memory. Whether you make a lot, so what? I'm going to do that again tonight. And if you missed a lot the previous night, so what? That wasn't this night. Let's get it right now.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
Lillard outside. Pass to Bazemore. Misses the 3.
We hit that 1 3-pointer in the first quarter. Still none so far here in the second.
Williams, that's good.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Now here's Bazemore. Defended by Beverly. Lillard, right side. Pass to Bazemore. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And it's George missing.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Anthony on the wing. Back to Lillard. 6 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Los Angeles trails by 6. George. Got it. And he's now 3 for 5 from the field.
His offensive skill set is off the charts. He has more than a few ways to punish.
Lillard attacking. That one goes in. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
But Lillard is used to getting pushed around. Got to admire how he muscles it in regardless.
Over in the corner, Zubats. And the dunk by Zubats.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
McCollum, no good. Back to Lillard. Here's Anthony. Rebound by Harrell.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should be easy.
To the middle. And stolen by Lillard. Pass to Whiteside. Lillard outside. Over Beverly. And he overshot that one, missing. Los Angeles trails by 4. And George, here we go. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Anthony. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Trailblazers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he sinks the second. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Zubats. Here's Leonard. Over Hood. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Clippers shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And it's tied up with that one.
You know, there are differing opinions as to who the best defensive player in the league is, but no matter what, Kawhi is always in the discussion.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Pass to Leonard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. McCollum fires from way outside. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Los Angeles. He keyed their comeback effort. He's the reason they are tied to close out the quarter. Back to the action after this word. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his first foul. Hood deciding where to go with it. Kicks it out to McCollum. Anthony left side. Shot clock at 3. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And here's Portland. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. And that will conclude a long 7-game road trip for the team.
That's how to make things look easy for a teammate. I mean, you make passes like that one from Lillard, crazy.
Everly with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
And just no fear, guys. I mean, he is willing to mix it up in the paint with the big boys.
Pulls up on the wing. And the basket by McCollum. Now it's a 4-point Portland lead.
I think McCollum's mechanics and mindset really come into play in the mid-range game. He's deadly from here.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, tampering is a touchy subject, but it's a word we're hearing more often. Teams want to retain their star players, but they know that there's always talk during a season. Now, teams can only express interest in a player when he hits free agency. Players can talk amongst each other freely all season. Star players like LeBron James are tied into their front offices. And some people wonder if there's much of a difference between what the player says and what his team is thinking. Kevin?
Good point, David. Thank you. For the lead, it's deflected. Taken away by Anthony. One-on-one here. Here's Little. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Little's got 7.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass. Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Pass to Anthony. All players look for an edge, Chris. For example, certain guys are just so deceptive with the ball in their hands. I mean, you're always looking for whatever can give you that advantage.
Two of the best. Players and people can complain as much as they want, but Harden getting to the line is genius because he knows how you're guarding him, and basically you got to stay away from him to guard him because he's so skilled. And by the way, Curry does the same thing. And Curry, one of the smaller players in the league, but always finding a way to take the contact, take the bump, but to get the scoring up. And I think as a fan for me, I know as a fan for me, it's fun watching the cat and mouse game between the offensive player and the defender, seeing who can get the best of each other while involving the ref.
They just control their bodies so well. They know exactly what they need to do to get that call.
And it's all on the spur of the moment. I mean, this is all on the fly. Such genius to watch play.
To the paint. And finished off by Hazonia.
Oh, good interior offense. Those passes have to be right on target.
Outside Leonard. Outside Green. Back to Leonard. And it's Hazonia with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Leonard. He's got 10. Ferocious swat. And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard. Portland leading by 3. Here's Simons. Pass to Labissiere. Here's Simons. And here's Little. He's covered by Leonard. Shot clock at 5. And it's Simons missing. And here are the Clippers. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that one's good. Green.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, true, but we'll see if they can keep forging ahead. For now, you got to give them credit for coming back.
Here's Simons. Pass to Bazemore. It's Hazonia in the corner. Here's Simons. The tray. Green with the rebound. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Leonard attacking. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots.
And finished off by Hazonia.
Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Sinks the three-pointer. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Clippers lead by 1. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. 3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Outside Williams. Pass to Zubac. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Hits it from three-point range. Simons has got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers. Now, here's Zubac. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Last thing they want to be doing right now is giving away possessions. I mean, turnovers can kill you in this kind of game.
Lillard from deep three-point land. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Los Angeles making a switch here. And Portland has possession. Clock at 6. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and gotten the perfect position to alter the shot.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
Lillard surveying the D. Pass to Whiteside. Back to Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket. With his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
And George.
Oh, good. Did you see that? Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Now a timeout called by Portland.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He told him this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If you make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on C.J. McCollum. And the first one at the line is good. And George drops them both.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, that's what we're used to seeing out of him, though, at moments like this.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Lillard, right side. Harkless with the steal. All alone. And George with the stuff.
And hustle paying off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
Inside. Anthony. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 2. We've got 1:48 left here in the fourth quarter. Stolen by McCollum. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Back to Anthony. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he does get the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Defends the shot and grabs the rebound. About as big an impact as you can have on a possession.
Back to McCollum. 13 feet away. Nice jump shot. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 5. Out of bounds, Portland takes possession.
That's just a needless giveaway. You got to make the defense work for their turnovers.
Pass to Lillard. Anthony with it. Defended by Beverly. Leonard attacking. Yes! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And he's got the athleticism and strength to be a powerful presence inside. Leonard never afraid to get in and mix it up down low.
A three-pointer is right on target.
Ice in his veins. Lillard loves having the chance to come up big for a squad.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
And the crowd is loving this long-range bomb attack that we're seeing here tonight, coming right back to answer a 3 with one of their own.
Down low. Here's Anthony. It falls.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 5. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And stolen by Hood. Inside. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Pass to Beverly. And here's Leonard. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game here.
Oh, and it's a wrap. Any chance they may have had for a comeback just went out the window with those free throws.
So the Trailblazers win it. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.